I find that when you are making a picture, your intent is really to kind of make an environment that people are drawn into because it's not specific. It's more of a dream, or you want to create that state. So there's enough stuff in it that makes it interesting, but it's not really explicit. That's what art is. It's this thing that happens about a human life, and your fears, your desires, your all that stuff that drives people, to do whatever they do, make movies, become mass murderers, drug smugglers, ballerinas. You know, it's just desire and fear. Yeah? And I think that's what painting is. It's all that stuff. Um, it could be other things too, but I think making an environment where people can go in there and they're able to feel subconscious things, perhaps whatever those things are. But you can't do that by being explicit. You can't do that by, rendering a picture and say, here's, my dog on a chair. What if you make an environment, if you're able to conduct or compose an environment that actually, puts somebody somewhere else? It's theirs. You know, you're not telling them what it is. But you see, in order to do that, there's a number of specific things that have to be done to put somebody in that place. It's like when you watch a movie and somehow the combination of the character or the script, the story, kind of puts them in a place where, they don't know what's going to happen, but somehow it's intriguing. You want to be around it. Art is honest. Painting, you have to be honest with it. Otherwise, it's going to turn into shit. When a painting really begins to change, it begins to become something, is when you don't mind letting it go where it wants to go. You know, like when you go out at night and start talking to a stranger. No, you never know where that can go. Could be a good outcome, could be a bad one. But, I painting's like that. It's really that's why people paint. It's just like a more relevant kind of map of your psyche than you know than on most things. It's therapy. It's a diary. But you're not doing it just for yourself. They see that's the thing. I think you want to be a good enough, or you want to conduct and build a picture that's intelligent enough, or composed in a way that brings people in, so they get put in that. They feel like they discover stuff. You're not conscious of that painting. You're not thinking about, oh, is somebody going to like this? But I think if you're honest with what you're experiencing, then people relate to it. You know. But you also got to know how to paint. Not just about splashing your emotions on the floor. You got it. There's things about formal. There's a formal aspects of pictures that make things work, that make people, be a part of that they engage with it. They're structural. They're aesthetic. But the subtleties in which you do that are going to depend on the impact it has. But you don't try to. You can't figure that out. You can't decide what that is. You can only be as respectful of the medium as possible. You can only respect the fact that you are up against, a page, and there's certain things that work and certain things that don't. There are things that create experience and things that don't. There's self-indulgence and messy shit. There's stylized illustration. Or you can make something that actually lets gives something to somebody else that actually lets somebody else dream.